Secretary Kerry said Egypt is facing an extremely complex and difficult situation. He said order and stability must be restored and civil rights protected. But he said Washington is in no rush to declare this month's ouster of President Mohamed Morsi a coup.
President Obama has made clear our very deep concern about the decision of the Egyptian armed forces to remove the president from power and suspend the Constitution. But the fact is, we need to take the time necessary, because of the complexity of this situation, to evaluate what has taken place.
Calling it a coup would force Washington to halt more than $1.5 billion in aid, most of that to Egypt's military.
What complicates it, obviously, is that you had an extraordinary situation in Egypt of life and death, of the potential of civil war and enormous violence, and you now have a constitutional process proceeding forward very rapidly. So we have to measure all of those facts against the law.
Kerry said the United States hopes all Egyptians will join a political transition led by the interim government now in power. That transitional authority has no members from Islamist parties and is rejected by President Morsi's Muslim Brotherhood. Spokesman Ahmed Aref.
The Egyptian people will not negotiate nor accept a compromise over their freedom or their future, and will reject all forms of the depressing past, which seems to be coming back again.
The Brotherhood's critical of the transition's success, says analyst Jim Walsh at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
You can't ignore them. You can't pretend they're not there. So this government has to broaden its base and reach out to its opponents, or it's not going to survive and be successful in the long term.
The coup has turned the Muslim Brotherhood into a martyr for democracy, says American University professor Akbar Ahmed.
They have a lot of sympathy, not necessarily from people who support the Muslim Brotherhood, but support the principle that they should have been given a chance. And again, I would say, as a supporter of democracy in the Muslim world, bad or good, you have to give that government a chance.
Kerry also discussed the war in neighboring Syria. Scott Stearns, VOA News, Amman.